Today we're going to take a look at the Armalite M15A4 SPR. SPR stands for Special Purpose Rifle. This is an H-bar or heavy barrel configuration. It's in a 20-inch barrel as well, and it is really a tack driver. Now, the SPR or Special Purpose Rifle refers to this rifle being more of a target or a long-range rifle. But I'm going to tell you, bench rest shooting, it is a lot of fun out on the range.
You said you blacken those bullets or something and feed them in there until you can see where it's touching the land, right?
Now, Armalite is the company that designed the AR-15. Actually, Eugene Stoner was working with the company. They developed the AR-10, which actually was in competition with the M14, which the M14 got the government contract. But they went on to develop the AR-15. In fact, the initials AR stand for Armalite. Now, one of the first things about the Armalite is they use the green furniture. You can get this, of course, in black as well. I really like the contrast between the green and the black. The fit and finish on this gun is really nice. The anodizing, the coating, is really, it matches extremely well. It almost has a satin look to it. It's just so nice. It does have the forward assist, nice dust cover, of course, and it has the basic military style handguard. And really, these are very lightweight. A lot of times, you know, you can put the quad rails on here. But one of the things, unless you're going to use this with a quad rail, and they look great and they look cool, and I have one on one of my rifles, it does add weight to the gun itself. I would definitely recommend a nice bipod, a good quality bipod. This is a Harris bipod. I've had it for many years. It does extend out, but you get more stability on the low end. Now, the barrel is, as I said, a 20-inch. It's double-lapped chrome lined. So it is a chrome lined bore, which keeps it protected and keeps it smooth as well. It is a 1-in-9 twist. One of the things about 1-in-9, which really 1-in-9 will handle all your military rounds pretty much. It's really for grains about 52 grain up to 69 grains, and it'll stabilize those well. If you want to go with a heavier grain, you want to go with a 1-in-7 twist, which will stabilize the bullet for the heavier grain bullets. This particular rifle came with a scope. In fact, what's funny about this scope is it doesn't even have, I can't even find a manufacturer on this scope. And I do have another really long-range scope on the way. This is a riser also, which doesn't come with it. It does come with a Picatinny rail that is, of course, mill standard, 1913. Now, here's the heavy barrel configuration here, and it is solid steel. So it does add quite a bit of weight to the gun. This one came with this flash hider or muzzle brake. It is not the standard. I think usually they put on a bird cage. Here is the gas block, which also has a small Picatinny place to put on your sights. This gun does not come with sights, but I recommend highly, even for this kind of rifle, that you place some flip down front and rear sights on here just to co-witness in case you have any issues. It is chambered for 5.56 NATO. But it can shoot 223 as well. And a lot of times I get questions about that. The 5.56 NATO, the brass is a little thicker. And so what happens with that is if you put it in a 223 chamber, it can cause case eruptions. So you want to make sure, I always recommend that you buy a rifle chambered for 5.56 and then you can shoot the 223 without any trouble. Now, this rifle does feature a two-stage trigger. The first stage is 3.5 pounds, 3.5 pounds. So when you pull it, you get 3.5, and then it stops, and then it's 5 to 6 pounds to go ahead and pull it through. And that really helps with accuracy lining up. When going out to the range, especially with a rifle like this that you're going to set up on a bench, I really like to use 20-round magazines. Many of you that have been watching my channel know that. Yes, the 20-rounders can go low, or if you need to raise it up high, it doesn't impede setting your target. Of course, using good quality ammunition, which you guys know I love HPR, and I do a lot of tests for those guys as well. And here's just initial, and I just cut these out. These were a couple of targets that I hit immediately. This is with just your very basic 55 grain full metal jacket, and at 100 yards this ammo does really well. And hopefully, you know, this was the first time I'd shot this rifle since I picked it up. This was the first initial test. I would recommend some kind of cheek piece. This particular rifle came with high rings on it, and I may actually drop that down just a touch just to get it lower to the bore. But this little pad here really makes it nice and comfortable for your cheek. I know there are different companies that make this, and I'm not even sure which one this was. It came with the rifle. As far as the scope as well came with the rifle. This scope is actually pretty decent. It's a 10 power. I like it, but like I said, I'm probably going to go with a 7x30. In fact, I've already ordered it. Now this H-bar with a 20-inch barrel weighs 7 pounds and 13 ounces. Here we have a light carbine. Now this does have the M4 style barrel, but it weighs 6 pounds 3 ounces. So you've got about a pound and 10 ounce difference, and that's before you start adding all the different accessories. It can really make a difference. Now, one of the things that I really want to address here is 20-inch barrel versus a 16-inch barrel. If you're going with the 16-inch barrel, go with the M4 configuration. There are a lot of pencil barrels out there, and they're lightweight and they're fun and really great for tactical. Not an issue within 100 yards or even 200 yards. But if you're going to cinch up your sling, it can affect accuracy on your barrel. And that's one of the things with a heavy barrel, you're not affected. Also, because of a 4-inch difference in the 20 and the 16, you're actually getting 200 feet per second more velocity out of the muzzle than you will on a 16-inch barrel. The other thing about a 20-inch heavy barrel is that it takes longer for the barrel to heat up. Now, if you are shooting your rifle, especially in more of a rapid style, your barrel will heat up and accuracy will suffer somewhat. But on the transverse of that, a 16-inch barrel will, with a 20-inch barrel, you are going to get a better gas system, a longer gas system. It allows the gas to dissipate and to function in the gun more correctly like it was actually designed for. Also, the buffer tube in the stock. If you're getting a full stock, you have a full-length buffer tube. And that way it cycles, the cycling is different than with the 16-inch, with the collapsible stock. But they've really worked out most of the bugs with the collapsibles. I have 2 other with collapsibles that I've never had any issues out of. But it does give you a slight advantage against malfunctions. But one of the key advantages, and I'll tell anyone that's beginning, that's looking for an AR-15 for the first time, I would definitely recommend going with a 16-inch barrel because it is much lighter. And really the big deal with the 16-inch barrel is they are excellent up to 300 yards. Out past that, if you're shooting past 300 yards, then you might want to consider a heavy barrel 20-inch. If you're looking for a long-range zombie killer, you'd do well with this little baby. And as always, thanks for watching. Please subscribe for more fun gun reviews and sensible survival. God bless America. Long live the Republic. You know, I think I hear those zombies out in the woods. Good thing I got my rifle ready.